Hello, you are welcome to this class. Happy Democracy Day. Today, na June 12th. Remember how it started? Abiola won his election. Not just election, a free and fair election on this date, and it was cancelled. President Tinubu made a speech, and there are many holes in that speech. For this class, I want to touchlight them. Not all of them, because if you say we will touchlight all of them, we will come up for this class. Just few. It be like say, because it's a tradition to drop a speech on a day like this, they will always what? Find something to drop, even when there is nothing to say. At the end of this class, you go understand wetin I dey talk. Okay? If you want to read the speech, na im be this. Plenty. We no go read am. Okay? If you want to read, you can pause and read. Let me zoom for you. You can pause and read. Na im be this. You can pause and read. Another one. Very long ago, the speech writer just pack all manner of things. Give am make e read. All manner of things. Wey for just declare today as a money day, we go mourn democracy for Nigeria. Yeah, so because say all these people, he award them awards for fighting for democracy. As some names here, I say I no wan just no be like say I dey target anybody. See the names now. Abati no dey, Sowore no dey, because if you go put some of these names, that means na people wey support you, na you put. Only your supporters, na dey fight for democracy abi. Some names wey you go say this one fought for democracy. Nigeria don scatter. The standard don lower am. That's why this country can never go forward. Na the see so. Anyway, we go touchlight some of them, just few. Number one, see wetin e talk. The road ahead is steep. We are moving from uncertainty to stability. I don't know whether President Tinubu na motivational speaker. Renewed hope na motivational speaker. You know say there are some motivational speakers. If you go check wetin they do, na only talk. See what is wrong. Throughout the entire address, the speech, the president fails to take personal responsibility for any of the missed timelines or failed economic projections of the last 3 years. He no take any responsibility. You know, they push responsibility, they push accountability. They push am to the citizens, to governors, to local government chairmen. I never see you. The speech offers plenty of future tense, future, renew hope, future promises, and abstract hopes, but completely lacks an apology or a concrete roadmap detailing exactly when the suffocating inflation, the kind of people insecurity will drop, and when Nigerians can safely use their roads again. Nothing. Just abstract. Vague. Number two, the National Agricultural Development Fund is deploying 10,000 tractors over 5 years. Is deploying, not that it has deployed. Is deploying hope, future. If I don't give you electricity, don't vote for me. Future. This is completely detached from reality. Who is going to drive those tractors, my people? Farmers in the middle belt and the north are being slaughtered on their fields, on their farm, or forced to pay taxes to bandits just to harvest their crops. Now they go drive tractors. Don't be person where fit access his farm. Now go drive tractor. Don't be person where they are alive. They drive tractor. Food inflation is skyrocketing because farmers cannot access their land without being murdered. Offering 10,000 tractors, my people, over 5 years to an endangered farming populations where they fear for their life shows the administration does not understand that food security is entirely dependent on physical security. They don't know governance. They don't understand. Or they have accepted the correct buying, kidnapping, everything as our norm, as our reality. That means here to stay. But we'll play this video to dig into some other points.
To our young people, Nigeria is your home and your future. Build here, code here, work here, and food here. Every great nation was built by those who stayed to solve problems, but not by those who abandoned sheep.
Now, so again, this person where they talk for you, so no look like person wey e don tire, wey suppose go rest for house with his grandchildren. You, if you are not wicked, can you hand over a company of 1 billion when you suffer, raise, hand over am to somebody like this, of this age, capacity, you can't do it. What can dash am the future of entire 250 million Nigerians? Make you think am, if you know the wicked, think am. He said, not by those who abandon ship. A nation is not built by those who abandon ship. Young Nigerians are not fleeing because they hate their country. Stop pushing blames. They are fleeing because the state has failed in its primary constitutional duty to protect lives and property. Most people no want travel, no want come up for Nigeria, but their failure, which he refused to acknowledge in this speech, na im make people dey waka come up for Nigeria. People no want comot. People like this country. Now na failure. So you talk other things, you talk your own. Labeling the desperate search for survival and physical safety as abandoning ship is a cowardly attempt by the commander-in-chief to blame the victims of state failure rather than admitting that his security apparatus has lost control of the major national transit route. To put this sort of injury, see wetin I see today for Nigeria story. Breaking. Minister of Defence, I never heard of this before. General Christopher Musa, retired, has inaugurated a socio-political mobilization platform. The Musawa, his name na Musa Abi, Musa Dewa, for Youth and Development Initiative, aimed at galvanizing support for the re-election of President Bola Tinubu and Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani ahead of the 2027 general elections. I think say this ad of the lie now come go round. The thing dey punch gbagada. I call it down small and they say reject politics of bitterness. We will campaign on performance, not propaganda. The road to 2027 will start today, and it starts with all of us together. It's like you are creating another city boy movement as Minister of Defence. Why not create Musawa for eradication of bandits? That will help Tinubu better. Because if there is security, you do your work very well. People like us will support Tinubu now. You know we'll get anything to talk when it comes to insecurity. Misplace priority. Your work is to secure lives and property. If you get your own right, Minister of Power get his own right. The other one get his own right. You don't need much campaign. Why this one? It's like city boy movement in Kaduna. Yeah, no hope. This is the easiest thing to do. Even one old man for village, if you organize 20 people, say, I declare for Tinubu. No be this one we send you now. No be this one. This is not your work. There's no hope. Another one from that video. To our young people, Nigeria is your own and your future. No. Build here, code here, and work here. Motivational speaker. This is not your work. You are the chief security officer of the nation. Now you dey appoint ministers. No go see now. Oaths. You cannot sit at a desk and innovate. When you dey fear say they fit kidnap you, they fit kidnap your mama, they fit kidnap your papa. When we dey hear say even for Abuja, they knock doors, they kidnap people. Which innovator was say for area like Ubwa the rest? Who work code for this type of areas? Who work code for Kwara? Abi innovators no dey come from Oyo? Innovators no fit come from Zamfara? Or when a tech bro can be pull off the road ahead for ransom, the waka they go meet his colleagues for Enugu from Kano to have a meeting on the next conference. He may enter road, they catch him. He say, innovate here. The speech demands local output while failing to protect the very lives of the innovators he asked to code here. See how so? Another one. Every great nation was built by those who stayed to solve problems, not by those who abandon ships. So you want to tell me say great nations are not built by presidents that made sacrifices, not appointing hundreds of aides, traveling here and there, private jet, new one, SUV, son, entourage, everywhere, wife. That's what great nations do, right? So Nigerians are the problem now. So, okay? The speech accuses those who live of abandoning ship, but the government has made moving within the country a suicide mission. An ordinary graduate cannot safely take a commercial bus from Abuja to Port Harcourt or from Kaduna to Kano for a job interview. Go and check internet. So many youth corpers when they post or intended youth corpers, they say they don't feel resume because they fear Kano road, they fear Benue road. Go to TikTok now, there are many. Whose responsibility is that? or a business meeting without risking their life on the highway? Must you talk? Meanwhile, the only safe alternative, using, for instance, airplanes and the rest, flying, has become an exclusive luxury that 95% of young Nigerians cannot even afford. The administration has effectively trapped its youth in localized escapes.
If you tell me say you want Jackpot come out Nigeria, I'll go laugh you. Yes, that is who I used to be. A girl who was quite optimistic about this country. Oh, Nigeria, one day you go better. Why you won't run, leave your country, go bid on that man country when you can stay here and pray for the country and wait till it gets better. But yesterday I found myself thinking about Jack buying me. I thought about leaving the country to show you how much Nigeria has failed me. I just want to go to my village. I like the smell of the village, the road trip, the river, all of that. But right now, they born you and say you won't travel by road, go your village. They don't born anybody. In fact, poor people say this Nigeria right now. Nigeria is so expensive for poor people. You know if you even travel, if no be flights, they where you dey. It can't be like say poor people no be human being. Cost of living won't take the living. Lights, water, everything is expensive. Road bad. What is happening in this country? Like, are we trying to close Nigeria? Let us know, because it can't be like say maybe they don't sell the country, they don't get hope for the country again, so they just want me we suffer. When we suffer, we run the country. Nigeria will just end, because that is what is driving at. Me, I know if you say I won't go Kogi State, I won't use road trip, they born me where man go man no come back, or make them hold me there, make them say make them bring one kind of money where we no get. Like, what is like we're living in fear. Something that should be normalized, something that should be normal, the bare minimum. Let me just travel to my village. That should be is now luxury. Most time people they travel go village because they're broke, they won't go start life there. But now you guys even reach to go that village. What is happening in this country? It's so sad. It's so sad. I used to be the type, pray for Nigeria will get better. But I would not lie to you. Let's face reality. It doesn't look like that anymore. It looks like we all have to run. That is what it looks like. Kidnapping, not a normal thing. Like, before those days, at least you go, kidnapping story maybe once in like 6 months or once in a year. But now every day by day, in fact, in our job now, they call them job. This is so sad, and so it's not. I wouldn't say funny. It's not funny because it's really getting critical, like by the moment, and God really has to intervene. At this point, God really has to intervene. If not, Nigeria is gone. In few years, Nigeria will be history.
Another one. Build here, code here, work here. Me to slide them again. To code here, you need basic electricity. The president praises the Electricity Act. After how many years he promised us electricity? Why the national grid collapses repeatedly? This forces young professionals to run heavy generators on petrol and diesel. Where we say their prices don't even skyrocketed, that even most people no even fit afford. So maybe they code here, innovate here. Oh, this man. The state, the government has youth to compete globally from Nigeria. Why forcing them to pay a premium? They're expensive for the other country now. Who will pay the same amount just to keep a laptop screen turned on, with which minimum wages. We'll consider other points for there. Another one. Since 2023, according to him, our reforms have restored stability. Federation revenue have risen. Listen very well, and you see the borrow. Providing state and local government with more resources, and most of them they're your party. Abi? The government is bragging about making more money, but where did that money come from? The first thing, it is coming directly from crushing the citizen by floating the naira and cutting the fuel subsidy without expanding production. The government effectively draining the population into poverty to balance its own books. The state is richer. The governors are rich. They have money. Local government, they have money. How many of them? But the citizens are drastically poorer with the same reform wey they brag about. According to IMF, they say the reforms are working, but poverty is increasing. How can reform be increasing poverty and you are celebrating it on Democracy Day? Say so. Next, the insecurity we are addressing is partly due to the collapse of grassroots governance. And so just they push blame. That's why even this police, whatever reform, state police, whatever, and to push blame. At least show them example how to do it. Between now and next 3 months, show the governors, the local government chairmen how to do it. Give them a template. You are rushing to create it now because all eyes are on you. After they pass and finish now, they go say, hey, go and meet your governor. Now he's supposed to protect you. But currently, who is in charge of police, army, and the rest? The president blames the collapse of local governments for rural insecurity. Local governments do not command the army, the police, or the DSS. Passing the bunk of banditry and mass rural terrorism to powerless local council chairmen is a blatant invasion of the president's role as the commander-in-chief. Now use the hand free that time say the security of a nation. Say everything that has to do with securing the nation. The bunk ends on President Goodluck Jonathan's table. That time, we don't get local government chairman, we don't get governors. But you don't reach your turn now, you push am. See am so, you know ready. People wey say na build Lagos, no na see am now. I dey lie, abi na try dey talk. So many to talk about everywhere. Just dey push blame. Blame them, motivate, excuse, not taking responsibility. Motivational speaking. Hope. You have done this, no result. Anyway, what do you think? Drop a comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.